Bitcoin testing $9,700 as Litecoin in the last 24 hours, seeing 10% gains. Could Litecoin be hinting at a similar move for Bitcoin price to its target, 10,500? Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for coming by. Hit that subscribe, like, turn the notification bells on. Bitcoin, $9,700. We did a video yesterday. I'm going to just 5-second clip. Check it out. So essentially, neckline breakout is what we're looking for, $10,500 or so. That's the bullish confirmation. There it is. Bullish confirmation, 10,500 on the Bitcoin charts currently. I mean, right around 10% away from that happening. We don't want to see resistance there, by the way. We want to see an actual, nice breakthrough, separation from the $10,500. This is a huge inverse head and shoulders we're tracking. Now, let's go into Litecoin. This is Litecoin on the weekly, everybody. I've been just getting so many comments asking, Dan, do a Litecoin video. I know there's so many Litecoin people out there. I followed Litecoin for so long. I followed it for so long. This is a very nice illustration. Never be married to a cryptocurrency. I've found way more success in some other altcoins in the last year or so, and it is what it is. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. But there is one thing I do want to let you know. If you're in Litecoin, I believe, will perform very well, and I'm really rooting for you. I really like Litecoin. It's just, I made some moves, in the last year, but I'm still covering it because I do think there's value in Litecoin, but there's also value in covering it in regards to Bitcoin technical analysis, because historically, Litecoin really does give a really solid indicator, not always, but many, many times for Bitcoin move. And I think in this environment where Litecoin has really just kind of been boring alongside Bitcoin, I should say, and really kind of Bitcoin's been dominating Litecoin on the LTCBTC pair you see for the last year or so. Now is a really good time to use Litecoin as an indicator, because if Litecoin starts putting in some dominance, particularly on this LTC-BTC pair, then that could be a very bullish sign, not only for Bitcoin, but for cryptocurrency markets in general. So we keep an eye on it. And again, I do think Litecoin will make its turn and, will go bullish. And I think it'll be really good investment for many of you. So let's look at this. This is Litecoin on the weekly chart. This is really simple. For me, when I'm looking at Litecoin charts, obviously there's a lot going on. If you look at the 6 hour, Litecoin making some moves. I really think Litecoin needs to just how Bitcoin needs to break 10,500 to really get a solid bullish confirmation. I'd put $50, kind of this area for Litecoin. Litecoin really needs to get $50, but not only that, it needs to really get some separation away from $50. I think it's just kind of a mental barrier for markets. And I also just think it's a technical resistance area, since back in April. So on the very short term, I think I'm just eyeing up that we're $2 away. Litecoin is $2 away from $50. But I think what's really important to me is this. What's happening here on the weekly chart. Now, a true reversal for Litecoin needs to be above this 50 moving average. Now, Bitcoin, if we look at Bitcoin charts, we talked about the 50-week moving average, the blue line, often, pretty much all the time. We talked about it back here. It was really playing around with that area. We talked about it back here. It was seeing a little resistance below that area, finally breaking above. And currently, Bitcoin is above the 50-week moving average. And historically, in all of Bitcoin cycles post-halving, that is where it has been, above that 50-week moving average. Extremely important, but also important for something like Litecoin. And if we're looking at Litecoin on the weekly, you can see currently Litecoin is below that 50-week moving average. So that's $52. So $50, right, on this smaller time frame resistance, up to $52 is the area for Litecoin to break. If Litecoin breaks $50 to $52 and puts in at least 5 to 10% separation from that area, that, in my opinion, is a bullish confirmation for Litecoin and for cryptocurrency markets in general, because this could be a really nice reversal for Litecoin. And obviously, cryptocurrency markets have been tending to look bullish as of lately. So that is Litecoin on the weekly. And if we just look at real quick Litecoin on the daily, another just area of confluent resistance potentially at that 50 area is the 200 moving average on the daily. So you see a lot of resistance for Litecoin. If we look at the LTC BTC pair, I do have a little bit of a concern, which is, back after last Bitcoin halving, and let me kind of move over here, again, same thing happened. Here's the Litecoin halving, and then right through that Litecoin halving, through the Bitcoin halving, right here, Litecoin just did terrible against Bitcoin. This was my concern for like the last year, and it really has played out almost identically if you look at the charts. This was a huge reason for my disinterest in Litecoin, amongst some other things, regarding some other things. So with that being said, if you're looking at these charts, we are at a very interesting area, right? We're post Bitcoin halving now with sideways consolidation, a little bit of a bullish weekly candle happening right now, but I have to look at the charts because the same thing happened as Bitcoin was consolidating last Bitcoin halving, post Bitcoin halving. Litecoin was too on the LTC BTC pair for maybe 2 to 3 months here. Even put in a nice weekly candle, very similar to the one we're in now before Bitcoin dominance, surged. Now, that doesn't mean Litecoin won't, have its moments of performance during a time frame like this. It also doesn't mean that's going to happen again, right? It could happen again. Be prepared for it. But that is even more so why it's a really bullish indicator if Litecoin actually separates away from that trend, gets back above this 50-week moving average on the LTC BTC pair. And you can see it all the way up here right now. It didn't happen last time, right? It really took a while for that to happen. But if that happens now, and on the LTC BTC pair, we're looking at around 22% gains for Litecoin. Litecoin's got to make some moves. But if that happens, just really bullish for Litecoin. And I just think it's going to really be a really nice illustration of cryptocurrency markets. And I'm pretty sure they'll all be performing really well in an environment when Litecoin is doing that, especially altcoins, right? So first things first, we are trading at $48. We've had a nice move for Litecoin. I know a lot of the Litecoin community is very hype about that, which is awesome. I'm happy to see that. But again, $50 to $52 is really what I'm looking at. And at the end of the day, Bitcoin, kind of taking all this around, Litecoin, a leading indicator, Bitcoin is around 10% away. This 10% move Litecoin has had, could Bitcoin put in a very similar move in the coming hours or days ahead to get some separation above that 50-week, the neckline on this weekly charts. So time will tell, but right now, interesting to watch Litecoin versus Bitcoin and see if the consistency of Litecoin as a leading indicator will hold true in the coming days ahead. Let me know your thoughts. I appreciate you coming by for this Litecoin Bitcoin update. Really wanted to do some Litecoin charting for you all. And as always, if you're here and you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button. It means a lot to me as we grow this channel. And I will see you in the next video. Have an awesome weekend and God bless.